the one. There we are.
Oh.
Now go back over to Firefox. Yeah. Can he hook this up, man? He made this all dumbass proof.
Oh, look. Well, I don't know about that. I'm still trying to figure it out. So that might be a little bit of a stretch, but I am half Polish, so. What? I am. I could say it.
I think I want to start calling you Peppermint Patty.
The hell, man. I'm not wearing sandals. Wait, I don't get some of that?
Yeah.
You son of a...
I closed it up because I'll probably end up dumping it on me, so. All right.
And we're live.
We're back.
All right.
This freaking thing keeps coming loose. Yeah. All right, scooch up a little bit more.
Hello?
I'm going to push my computer up.
Hello? Hello?
You ready, Joey?
Yes.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Freemasons Podcast with your hosts, Right Worship Brother George Marjorie.
Worshipful Brother Joe.
We're not doing episode 200. We're calling this 199.5.
Yes, it's a continuation of our last episode of
Correct,
the 9th chapter of the Book of Enki. And Worshipful Brother Ken had a state of communication tonight and couldn't make it, so we couldn't do 200 without him.
Nope.
So this is 199 and a half.
I may have potentially traded him for a tattoo artist. That may be up here later.
Oh.
Yeah, Alex is down in
Oh,
Jimmy's.
okay.
So we may have traded him, and he's into all this hoopla shit.
Well, then where the hell is he? And is he bringing us food?
Back down at the bar.
He's fired. I can't deal with this.
Anyway.
Anywho. Who's that?
It's you. It's you.
No, mine's down.
No,
mine
it's
is
not. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
is.
I already muted mine.
No, false.
Anyway, so I guess we can go. We'll do likes. What do you got, Joe? Anything?
Let me see. I wasn't quite ready for this. Let me. I know we got. We've had more and more people joining the community. For sure. You'll see how quickly that pops up. I've got nothing.
You got nothing?
All right. Unless that link, will that link that Ken gave us last time still work and be updated, or no? I'll find out.
Nobody knows.
Do you have the Instagrams? You don't do Instagrams.
I don't do Instagram. That's all.
All right, so I'm going to say we got...
I got YouTube.
Oh, go YouTube
we'll
while
go
I'm
YouTube.
looking. Yeah, because I've got the Chartable link. Go ahead.
All right, so I got, let's see here. Let's go through here. AJ Davis. Got Right Wing 00.
Oh, boy.
We got Sky Blue.
Aw.
Phil Baker. Chip Sands. I mean, really? Guy with the music. Robert Owsley. Groove and Bass. I got that right. I would have totally screwed that one up. GRUVINBASS.
Yeah, I'd go Groovy Bass. He's probably a jazz musician. And we do have a new 5-star review once you're done with the
Yes, yes. So, anyway, we'll toast these guys for right now. Ready?
All right.
I'll let you do the 5-star review. I'll do this one.
Okay.
Brother, right hand arms.
To arms.
Ready?
Ready.
I got the wrong cannon. Aim.
Aim.
Fire, good fire, fire all. Together, brother. Vivat, vivat, vivat. All right.
So much better with that.
Do you have the 5-star review brought up?
I do have the 5-star review brought up.
Beautiful.
It is one that calls us informative and fun.
Seriously?
Yeah. He must have saw the episode that Ken wasn't here.
Yeah, he must have.
All right, from Larry Cum Jr. I've listened to every episode and some twice. Very informative and lots of fun to listen to. I'm not a brother at the moment, but definitely interested in learning more about it. Keep up the great work on the podcast. Looking forward to every episode. Again, that is Larry Cum, Kumm Jr. via Apple Podcast. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
So then that's yet another non-brother.
We are knocking it out of the park with 5-star reviews, man.
Yeah, and they're coming from
Keep that up.
people that aren't Masons that are finding out about Masonry from us.
Yep.
That could be good or bad, but either way, we like to see it as a good thing.
Uh-oh. That was me. That was me. I yanked on the headphone cord. My bad.
I got a cord for you to yank.
Stupid.
It's a long one.
You You're up, Joey.
What do you mean I'm up? What am I? Oh, because we got a
toast.
I thought you were talking about my cord. Oh boy,
We're going to have another one of these nights, aren't we? All right, awesome.
Brother, right hand to arm.
2 arms.
Ready.
Ready?
Aim.
Aim.
Fire, good fire, fire all. Together, brother.
Vivat. I hit my computer.
Oh, okay.
I bounced it off the computer, and I tried to fix it, and you were already like a step ahead of me. So
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But hey, well, before we get into Enki, I just want to give a shout out to our brothers and patrons in Patreon, which you can join for as little as $5 a month and get access to the ever-elusive Freemason Gold Tone podcast pin, and also access to Patreon-exclusive content and our Discord channel. And I bring that up because we have our podcast Fantasy Football League draft coming up on Saturday night.
Yes, we do.
One of the benefits of being a patron and joining us on Patreon and getting access to those Discord channels, again, for as little as $5 a month.
And why don't you tell everybody why we do the fantasy football?
So what we do, well, there's a couple different reasons. The official reason,
I mean, where there's
is-
shit talking rights.
Well,
but,
that's it is. It's really we pay
which,
money
by
to
the way,
bust each other's.
By the
balls.
way, I'm the champion of Leicester. Just reigning.
Yeah, but you didn't even draft that team, so
Doesn't
that's
matter.
a whole other thing.
Doesn't matter.
That's all right. Anyway, the official reason is we all put in money like you normally would, but the pool, the money at the end, the prize goes to the winner's charity of choice. So we take that money and we don't get it. We actually choose a charity and send that out to. But primarily I use it for trash talking and just to be able to pick on people and a little friendly rivalry. I actually had my work draft last night in the league that I'm in at work, which I was the champion of last year. So yeah, it's that time of year.
Super.
So that's it. Patreon.
Did a thing this last weekend.
You did a thing?
I did a thing.
What was her name?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Huh. It's a joke. It's
I
a joke. I'm funny.
Oh, my head fucking amuse you.
What? I'm funny. I'm a clown.
Do a dance. Little Goodfellas reference.
Could have said something else, but I didn't. Anyway.
So I was reluctantly coaxed into coming back to Facebook. Rosa Rabimbus, our state rep.
Oh yeah, she was at the Naugatuck Police Department.
The picnic for police that we did.
Yep.
But it's no secret. I'm running for Burgess of my town that I live in. Burgess, for those who are curious what a Burgess is.
It's not the old guy from Rocky.
No, it's not.
Not the guy that played Mickey.
It's actually I guess you could say like a town senator in a sense. So I'm running for Burgess of my town, and she told me basically I got to get my name back out there. So I reluctantly. I want to be clear about something, okay?
Oh boy.
I want to be clear about something. I'm back on Facebook, but it's like a divorced couple that are just living in the same house. I just want to be clear about that. That's how I feel about the whole thing.
What, that you just don't want to be there?
It's right. Yeah, it's totally going to be one of those episodes. You're damn right, Matt Goldswizzle. It's definitely going to be one of those fucking episodes.
What up, G Swizzle? Hey, and Daniel Valdez as well. What's going on, Daniel Valdez?
So,
Yeah.
so anyway, I got back
Town
on
Burgess.
Facebook. Town Burgess, yep. That's what I'm running for in Naugatuck. Got
Awesome.
paid. I even got a Mudry for Burgess 2021 page.
Any T-shirts yet?
No T-shirts yet. It's just going to be the.
Any lapel
It's
pins?
just going to be the OG shirt.
Can we get a lapel pin?
I think that would go over like a fart in church.
Rafferty can be in charge of sending them out.
Shut up! What are you trying to say? I'm gonna.
Well, he's honestly, I don't think he's doing that great with them right now either. I think there's still a lot of people out there.
So that's why I joined Facebook. I, in a sense, ate shit and came back on it. But you can find me there on now. I am on the Freemasons podcast page, back as an admin.
Back as an admin. So
Yet again.
keep in mind the comments that you're seeing may not be Ken or I any longer.
Yes.
So you'll probably see a little different.
And now that I've had a chance to scroll back through the community, you all can kiss my ass.
Don't worry worry, Matt Goldswizzle. He has a little blue pill for that. So, he said good luck with the election. With the election.
I see what you did there.
My
That's
bad. Election.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to run a little differently, but we don't have to really get into this because it's kind of politics. But I'm not taking donations. I'm doing it all on my own. I think that's important that we get back to that. But anyway, let's get into some Mason stuff. What do you say?
Let's get into some Mason stuff.
Which, by the way,
Uh-oh.
it's September.
September more.
So
Where's Neil Diamond did?
we're no longer dim.
Oh, that's right. We're active again. My calendar just filled up.
We're back. Yeah.
Actually, I have a stated at my mother lodge. We have a stated next week, and then we have a degree at the end of the month.
And your Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be our annual inspection too.
I'm gonna have to tag along.
Got to brush up.
I haven't been to Ashlar Espetuck in quite some time.
No, it's been probably not since you were our district deputy.
No, I came after.
You might have come to. Well, you think you came to a farm degree afterwards?
I came to a farm degree, but I also came to the lodge.
Oh, okay.
While ago.
Okay.
That whole situation, I wasn't your DD at that point. I just came to support.
Oh, that time.
Yeah, that time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
when,
that's
it's
like 6 years
about
ago.
the time Joe started going gray.
Yeah, it probably was. No lie. That probably was. So that's where all the chin.
I will
all the
never
chin
forget
grays
that
come
fateful. Dude, what the fuck do we do?
True story.
Well, first off, change your to pens pad. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna get through this. Anyway, we won't bring that up. That's some.
Yeah, but even still, that's 2015, dude.
Yeah.
6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies.
So get your butt there later this
Yeah.
next week, or for the degree on the
We'll see.
last Wednesday.
All right. We'll see.
Anywho,
let's get back in this Lost Book of Enki where we left off.
Lost Book of Enki.
By the way, if you guys are into this, if you guys like this, please let me know because I'm not going to keep wasting my hot air if you guys aren't feeling this.
Where's Garrison? He's the one that's been requesting this for
Garius Thomas.
Legarius, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I'm hoping he's popping on because he's been the one really screaming for this. So I've been trying to indulge. So I hope he's catching this. If not, I hope he catches up on it. Where we left off was pretty much. Let's see here. We're talking about this planet Nibiru is on its way back. They're pissed off that their younger kids are looking younger, or excuse me, old. No, scratch that. Yeah, their kids
Are aging faster than they
are, and all that happy horse dunk. And basically, we left off with Lil's basically getting pissed off because he doesn't want the Earthlings to survive. Basically, the coming deluge, if you will. So we're going to pick up right here where I kind of left off. Enki, the wise one, to her words consented. That much was clear, he said. Enki, with anger, was seized. Before the Earthlings like us were becoming. Now the Earthlings have become to this planet imprisoned. Now we, like the Earthlings, have become to this planet imprisoned. Because basically we can't go back to where they came from because they'll die in a sense. Because
right.
they're Earth cycles are different from theirs. The whole mission to a nightmare turned by Enki and his Earthlings from masters, slaves we were made. To the outburst, Galzu. We know that this Galzu, we're talking about Galzu. He's the one who's the emissary that came down kind of mysteriously. Don't know really where he came from, but to the outburst, Galzu with compassion listened. Indeed, much there is to ponder, he said. On Nibiru, much thinking, a soul-searching deep questions were raising. Should Nibiru to its fate been left, whatever the creator of all intended to let be happen? Or was the coming to earth by creator of all conceived, and we are only unwitting emissaries? That's interesting. So basically what he's saying is was it God's plan that we came here to create mankind? Or did we screw around too much and we should have let the planet Nibiru fall to its fate, basically die off in a sense. Of that, my comrades, the debate will continue, so was Galzu to them, saying, now this is the secret command from Nibiru. The three of you on earth will remain, only to die. To Nibiru you will return. Oh, so he's basically saying, you three are going to stay there. Ninma, Enlil, and Enki. You have to stay there. When you die, we'll bring your ass back. In celestial...
Not it.
Fucking every day with this student loan crap. Oh, my God.
They should give you your money back.
I don't know. Don't get me started. In celestial chariots, the earth encircling the calamity you shall outwait. So he's basically saying in your basically your spaceships, you're going to circle around the earth and you're going to wait for this thing to happen. To each of the other Anunnaki, a choice to leave or to the calamity outwait must be given. The Igigi, whose earthlings espouse, must between departure and spouses choose. Damn. To no earthling, Marduk's Serapent included, to Nibiru to journey is allowed. In other words, they're basically saying, you got to ditch your old ladies if you picked an earthling wife, if you want to come back here and escape the calamity, or you have the option to stay with them. Shitty. As for all the others, to depart from Nibiru, with forth they must be ready. So did Galzu, Nibiru's command to the leaders in secret reveal. Now, this is the account of how the Anunnaki to abandon Earth decided, and how an oath they took mankind to let the deluge perish. So now we're getting into basically the flood story. It's pretty much what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. In Nibiru Key, which is a city, Enlil, a council of Anunnaki and Igigi commanders summoned. The leader's sons and their children were also present. Words of the impending calamity Enlil to them secretly revealed. To a bitter end, Earth's mission has come to them, he solemnly said. All who wish to leave in celestial boats, they are ready to Nibiru, will be evacuated. But if Earthlings, spouses they have, without the spouses they must leave. So basically they got to abandon their old ladies. Igigi, who took their spouses and offspring, attached are, let them to the highest peaks of earth escape. So they're basically saying go to the mountains to get away from the lowlands. As for us few Anunnaki who will choose to stay, in boats of heaven and earth's skies we will remain, the calamity to outweigh, the fate of earth to witness. As the commander, I shall be the first one to stay. So was Enlil saying. By their own choices will be the others. So Enlil's saying, I'm staying. You ain't getting rid of me. With my father I choose to stay, the calamity to face, so did Ninurta announce. To the land beyond the oceans after the deluge I will return. Nanar, Enlil, on earth's firstborn, an odd wish announced. The deluge to outwait not in earth's skies but on the moon is what he wished. Well, there you go. You're basically finding out that they were on the earth a long time ago. You gotta see they have to be the footprints of shit up there, right?
You would think there's something.
I mean, granted, we only were farting around in one area of the moon, I think, right?
Yeah. We didn't go where the sun doesn't shine. We left that.
China did, though.
The dark side of the moon.
Enlil and eyebrow raised. Enki and eyebrow raised. Enlil, though puzzled, approved. Ishkur, Enlil's youngest, to remain on earth with his father, he decision made. Utu and Inanna, Nanar's children who on earth were born, to stay declared. Enki and Ninki to stay on earth, not abandon choose, proudly they so announced. The Igigi and Serapent I shall not desert, Marduk with anger stated. One by one, Enki's other sons their choice to stay announced. Nergal and Gibble, Ningal and Ningashita, and Demuzi too. All eyes to Ninma they turned. With pride her choice to stay, she declared. Now remember, Ninma is the one who... Ninma was the one who basically, I guess you can compare it to I can't really compare it. Ninma was the one who first birthed humans.
Yes.
If you remember in the earlier tablets. She said, the earthlings my created I shall not abandon. By her words, an Anunnaki and Igigi to clamor were stirred. About the earthlings' fate they inquired. To let the earthlings from the abominations perish, so did Enlil proclaim. So this is your wrathful God right here. Let them all die is what he's saying. A wondrous being by us was created. It by us saved it must be, Enki to Enlil shouted. To this Enlil with his own shouted words retorted. From the very beginning, at every turn, the decisions by you were modified. To primitive workers procreating you gave, to them knowing you endowed. The powers of the creator of all into your hands you have taken. Therefore, thereafter, even that by abominations you fouled. With fornication, Adapa you conceived, understanding his line you gave. His offspring to the heavens you have taken, our wisdom with them you shared. Every rule you have broken, decisions and commands you ignored. Because of you, by a civilized earthling, a brother murdered. He's talking about Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Or Cain and Abel. Or Abel, or whatever because they Sumerian break up their things into like Abel, Kian, like that.
So they syllable it with
They
you.
syllable it, yeah. It's the best way to explain it. Because of Marduk, your son, the Agigi, like him with earthlings, intermarried. Again, this is your story of the Watchers or the what's the word I'm looking for, Joe? What else do they call them?
The oh Christ, it's escaping me right
Nephilim.
now. That's the one.
Who is lordly from Nibiru, to whom the earth alone belongs. To no one is no longer known. So they're basically saying we don't know who the hell's in command anymore. Who's in charge? Enough to all that I say. The abominations cannot continue. And this is basically straight out the story of Enoch. It's basically what God said.
Yeah.
This can't happen no more. We're done. Now that the calamity by destiny unknown has been ordained, let what must happen happen. So did Enlil angrily proclaim. That all the leaders solemnly swear to let events unhindered occur of all Enlil demanded. First to take the oath of silence was Ninurta. Others of Enlil's side followed. Nergal of Enki's sons was the first to take the oath. Others of Enki's sons followed. To your command I bow, Marduk to Enlil said, but of what worth is it swearing? If the Agigi spouses will not abandon, would not the fear among earthlings spread? Ninmah was in tears. The words of the oath she faintly whispered. Enlil at his brother Enki glazed. It is the wish of king and council to him, he said. So Enlil's pulling his, whatever you call it. What is it called? Not his man card. He's pulling the rank.
Yeah, he's pulling rank.
Pulling rank card.
I thought you were talking about my cord again.
Yeah, no, it's dick swinging contest, basically what he's saying. He's like, oh, you're not going to listen to me? So he comes back and says, why would you bind me by an oath? Enki, his brother Enlil asked. The decision by you was made. On earth it is a commandment. Interesting they use that word. The flood waters I cannot arrest, the earthling multitudes I cannot save. To what oath to bind me do you therefore desire? So did Enki to his brother ask. Let it all happen as if fate decreed. Let it as Enlil's decision be known. On Enlil alone let the responsibility forever rest. So did Enki to all pronounce. So he's basically saying, blood's on your hands. Similar to a Pontius Pilate type, right? Mm-hmm. Wash my hands of this, in a sense. Then Enki from the assembly departed. Marduk with him left also. With quick words of command Enlil as the assembly to order brought. Tasks for what was to be done he with firm decisions assigned. Between those who will depart and those who will stay, grouping arrange. Places for assembly to designate, equipment to collect, chariots to assign. So they're giving you an account of what everybody was, their tasks in a sense. First to depart were those who Nibiru were returning, with much embracing and locking of arms, in joy mixed with sorrow, the celestial boats boarded. So this is a full-on Earth evacuation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. And we won't get political on that either.
I actually wasn't even going there.
But this one seems to be going a little bit better than the more recent one. But anyway.
I wonder if they left billions of dollars of equipment behind.
Yeah, they disabled it, though.
It's
fine. It's not like they could just light it on fire or blow it up or shit. Let's just disable. We'll pull the microchip out. We'll pull out the OBS.
Anyway,
Sorry, I couldn't.
That was on you.
I know, I couldn't avoid that one. I could not avoid that one. I couldn't.
So, let's hear it. One after the other, the vehicles from Sapar roared aloft. At first, those left behind journey safely. All right. At first, those left behind journey safely, shouted. Then muted were their cries. After the launchings toward Nibiru completed were, the turn of Marduk and the Agigi with earthling espouses came. Marduk, them all on the landing place assembled. A choice to them he gave. With him and Serapent, which is his wife, and 2 sons and daughters to Lamu go, there to the calamity to outweigh. So you're saying going to Mars. Or to the distant mountain lands of earth disperse, a haven from the deluge to find. And Lil, then of those who remained, took account by groupings, them chariots he assigned. Ninurta to the mountain lands began beyond the oceans, and Lil directed on earth's rumblings to report. To Nergal and Ereshkigal, the task, the white land to watch, and Lil assigned. So he put 2 guys in the bottom and in Antarctica and basically said, hey, make sure this shit don't slip loose while we're still doing this.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, if you think about it, I mean, it does kind of explain the deluge, if you really, the flood.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you sit there and you know, God brought the flood down. Well, what this is saying that God didn't bring the flood down. The God didn't cause the flood. The gods knew the flood was coming, just weren't about to say shit.
Yeah.
And what they were basically doing was they were just watching. I mean, and if you're going to go into, well, how could the earth flood? I mean, like the deluge did, which it covered, but what was it, 99% of land or something like that?
Something crazy like that, yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably how it would happen.
Well, happened last night.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy.
Jersey. Have you seen Jersey?
Yeah. Joyzy?
Have you seen freaking Bridgeport? Wow.
Yeah.
Some video from cars like floating on 95 last night.
That's crazy. To guard against the onrush of earthlings, to Iskir the task Enlil gave. To bar access, barrier, and bolt, to erect and bolster. So he's talking about basically the escape routes that the Anunnaki are taking. He put this guy Ishkur in charge of stopping the humans or mankind from getting, God, I'm really trying not to be political here, but I don't know, maybe hanging on to the landing gear?
Right, or just keeping them out of the airport, the ancient airport altogether.
I mean, it is. I mean, this is Irony 101 that we're reading this literally after this shit just happened.
Remember what I said about it being somewhat prophetic on the last episode?
Yes. Of all the preparations, Sapar, the place of the celestial chariots, was the center. To Sapar and Lil, the tablets of destinies from... I wonder what the tablets of destinies are. They talk about this frequently. To Sapar and Lil, the tablets of destinies from Nibiru moved. A temporary bond, heaven, earth was there established. But they talk about these tablet of destinies over and over again. That there's some sort of like computer chip or something, or some sort of a, I don't know.
Or it could just be like a iPad belonging to a stripper.
Oh my fucking!
Get it?
Oh, I got
Get
it.
it? You got it? Tablet of destiny. Come on,
yes,
that's a good one. That was a good one. Come on. That's one of my better ones.
I freaking can't deal with you today.
The tablet of destiny. That's my iPad.
Oh, you're killing me.
No?
Oh, I
Come
got
on.
it. His brother Enki and Lil then addressed. To him he was thus saying, however, if ever the calamity might be survived, let all that had happened here be remembered. Let us tablets of records in Sapar in the depths of earth safely bury. Ooh.
So here's just real quick. I looked it up. In Mesopotamian mythology, the Tablet of Destinies was envisaged as a clay tablet inscribed with cuneiform writing, also impressed with cylinder seals, which, as a permanent legal document, conferred upon the god Enlil his supreme authority as ruler of the universe.
Okay.
So that's in essence those were his official papers
Okay. All
to
right.
say, hey, here's your proclamation that you are in charge of the universe.
Very nice. Okay.
Supreme authority. Almost a grand architect, almost.
Right. So basically, what Enki is saying to Enlil is, let's take some tablets of records in Sapar and bury them in the earth. I would love to find out where they buried that shit. Could you imagine?
I bet you.
Archaeologists ever finding that crap?
I bet you Zacharia Sitchin looked for it. Or the guy that digs on. Maybe that's what's underneath the Sphinx.
Oak Island.
Oh, stop it! Why you gotta bring me down?
I knew that would do it.
We were doing so well.
I knew that would do it.
It all came crashing down.
Let what from one planet on another done in days to come uncovered be. In other words, talking about the future. Dig this shit up. Enki, his brother's words with approving accepted. Emmys and other tablets in golden chests they stored.
Kind of sounds like the Ark of the Covenant.
Doesn't it?
A little bit.
Little bit. In the depths of earth in Sapar for posterity they buried. Oh, so now we got to find the city of Sapar, because apparently it's buried underneath there. I'm sure it's in Iraq somewhere. That would suck.
Maybe it's in Jersey.
Maybe it's Jersey.
What?
It sounds like a Jersey word. Hey, Sapar!
Yeah, but if it's in Jersey, it's really like... there's no R, really, at the end of it.
Sapar. Thus ready for the signal to depart, the leaders awaited the approach of Nibiru in its great circuit with apprehension they watched. It was at that time of anxious waiting that Enki, his sister Ninmah, addressed. To her he was thus saying, in his preoccupation with the earthlings of all other living creatures, Enlil lost attention. What in the actual hell?
I have no idea. What
Somebody
the
dragging
hell
a
that
garbage can down the road?
That is their muffler.
All right, so
Look
listen
at
to
that
this.
dragon she's wagging. Or wagon she's dragging. I screwed that up.
So listen to this.
Yeah.
This is where it gets crazy. In his preoccupation with the earthlings of all other living creatures, Enlil lost attention. When the avalanche of water sweeps over the lands, other living creatures, some by us from Nibiru originated, most from earth itself evolved, in one sudden swoop to an extinction shall be doomed. So they're basically talking about all living creatures on earth will be wiped out. Let us, you and me, their seed of life preserve, their life essences for safekeeping extract. Here's your Noah.
So, like, yeah, I was gonna say. So their life essence, they're extracting,
Right.
and saving.
Right.
And by life saving or life essence, you know, when we talked about the symbols, there's some that look explicitly like the
Right.
DNA strand.
Right.
The what do they call it? Double helix.
Double helix.
Yeah, look at that.
Ninmah, she who gave life to words of Enki, favor gave. I shall do it in Shurabak. You do so with the Abzu living creatures. So to Enki she said, while the other sat idly waiting, Enki and Ninmah a challenging task undertook. Ninmah in Shurabak by some of her female assistants was helped. Enki by Ningashita in the Abzu at the olden house of life was assisted. Male and female essences and life eggs they collected. Of each kind, 2 by 2,
Oh, look at that. 2 by 2.
they in Shurabak and the Abzu preserved for safekeeping while in Earth's circuit to be taken. Thereafter, the living kinds to recombine.
Oh.
At the time word from Ninurta came, Earth's rumblings ominous are. At what time word from Nergal and Ereshkigal came, the white land is shaken. In Sapar, all the Anunnaki gathered, the day of the deluge they awaited. So, the very next
So there
tablet-
is actually a city of Sapar in Kosovo. I was looking that up, which
No kidding.
isn't really that far from ancient Mesopotamia. And I don't know if there's like a huge mountain region there potentially. Where is, and I have no idea, and I'm just kind of like spitballing here, is where is Mount Ararat?
Well, that's actually funny because that's in the 10th tablet. Mount Ararat is in
Turkey,
eastern Turkey. Southeastern Turkey, if you will. I feel like, should I read a little bit of the 10th too?
Yeah, we got time.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe I'll do
a
half
little
of
teaser.
it.
A little
I'll do
teaser.
half of it,
Yeah.
and then we'll pick up another time. But this is the 10th tablet. We're going to get into this one. I'm not going to read the synopsis because I'm just going to jump straight into it. This is basically what happened. In the events leading up to the deluge and what happened afterward. And you are going to see a lot of stuff straight out of the Bible on this one. I mean, I'm talking about similar to Adam and Adamu, like that close a wording to stuff. So
I wish we could really play music while we were doing this, because every time you read this book, I've got like Metallica, "Creeping Death" stuck in the back of my head. 'Cause that's very biblical. That's a very biblical song.
Right. All right, this is the 10th tablet. Let's get into it.
tablet.
This is where it gets good.
Dun, dun, dun,
In
dun.
Sippar, all the Anunnaki gathered. The day of the deluge they awaited. It was at that time, as the tension of awaiting was mounting, that the Lord Enki, asleep in his quarters, had a dream vision.
Oh.
Here we go. In the dream vision, there appeared the image of a man, bright and shining like the heavens.
Ken. And his pale skin. And his pale skin.
Oh, shit.
No?
That was perfect.
There you go.
As the man Enki approached, as the man Enki approached, Enki saw that the white-haired Gelzu he was.
Oh.
In his right hand, the engraver's stylus he was holding, and in his left hand, a tablet of lapis lazuli, shining smooth, he held. And as he approached near enough by Enki's bed to stand, Galzu spoke up and said, "Unwarranted your accusations against Enlil were, for only the truth he spoke, and the decision that as Enlil's decision will be known, not he but destiny decreed. Now into your hands fate take, for the earthlings the earth will inherit."
Like, can you go back and just reread that line that ended with "that destiny decreed"?
Mm-hmm. And he says, and the decision that as Enlil's decision, and that's capitalized, will be known, not he but destiny decreed.
So that kind of is
God's will.
And it's throwing back to the tablets of destiny, which gave Enlil the authority to serve as supreme ruler of the universe.
Yeah.
So the destiny is decreeing that, because that's what's decreed in those tablets of destiny.
Not only that, but again, they did a big, in addition to that, not only that, but in addition to that, the Anunnaki spoke a lot between what is basically, was it fate or destiny?
Right.
In other words, fate.
One you have control over, the
fate
other
you
you
control.
do not.
And when he says destiny decreed, that means that basically God wills it.
Yeah.
Or Deus Vult.
Oh.
See what I did there?
Oh, I see what you did.
Now into your hands fate take, for the earthlings the earth will inherit. Where have we heard that before? The earthlings will inherit the earth.
And the meek shall inherit the earth.
Bingo.
I believe that was Revelations, no?
Yep. Summon your son Zuzudra. Now, if you know anything about Zuzudra, he was half god, half human. He was half Enki's and
He was
half
a demigod.
He was a demigod.
Yeah.
Without breaking, who else was a demigod in a sense in the Bible around this time? Noah.
Was Noah a demigod?
How long did he live?
Oh, true. He did live a long time. True.
Without breaking the oath to him, coming calamity reveals. And he says, go to your son and don't tell him that the calamity's coming. A boat that the watery avalanche can withstand, a submersible one to build him tell, the likes of which on this tablet to you I am showing. Let him in it save himself and his kinfolk, and the seed of all that is useful, be it plant or animal, also take.
I've got some useful seed.
That is the will of the creator of all. I mean, that's basically the conversation that God had to Noah in the Bible, right?
Right, exactly.
In this case, it's Galzu saying it to Enki, and then he's commanding Enki to go tell Zazudra to go build this boat.
And let's just remember, Galzu is the white-haired, white-bearded figure in all of this, correct?
And shiny.
Yeah. Real quick, before you continue, I just have to give a very quick shout-out to one of my oldest friends who just popped on and is watching the podcast for the first time. So, Mike Calla, shout out to you. Thanks for watching and commenting, and I still want to know why Celeste hates my guts. That's his wife. It might have been that time that they invited me over for Easter, and I brought a Jesus action figure with glowing hands. True story. True story. It was cool, though. He had glow-in-the-dark hands, and it came with fish and loaves of bread that you could swap out. It was awesome.
I almost shot that freaking shot right out of my freaking nose.
Needless to say, I haven't seen him in years because she won't let him hang out with me anymore. But shout out to Mike. Love you, bro.
All right. And Galzu, in the dream vision, with the stylus on the tablet, an image drew, and placed the engraved tablet by the side of Enki's bed. And after that image faded, the dream vision ended, and Enki, with a shudder, awoke. In his bed, Enki for a while remained. With wonder, the dream vision he pondered. What was thereof the meaning? What omen did it hold? On just a quick note, moving on from here, it's all over the Bible that God apparently came to the prophets in their sleep. Right. They went into a slumber or a sleep, right? Wasn't it Ezekiel was one of them?
I
or the prophet Isaiah? They always seem to like, and somebody, if you're watching the comments, please comment if I'm right on that. But it always seemed to come at night, which is maybe where this came from. Right. Then, as off his bed he stepped, lo, and behold, there was the tablet. So he found the tablet. Even though he believed he was having a dream vision, he found the tablet. What in a mere dream vision he had seen now by his bedside materially was. With trembling hands the Lord Enki the tablet picked up. Now, see, this is interesting because this is showing how very similar the Sumerian gods were to human beings. Like, they got afraid too. They got scared too. They also believed in God too. A design of the curious-shaped boat upon the tablet he saw. By the tablet's edge, measuring markings there were. The boat's measures indicating. So basically there's measurements. There's a blueprint in a sense. Austere with awe and hope, the Lord Enki by sunrise for his emissaries quickly sent. Find the one called Galzu, to him I must speak. So to them he said. By sundown all came back, to Enki thus reporting. None Galzu to find was able. Galzu, they said, to Nibiru did long return. Greatly baffled Enki was, the mystery and its omen to understand he strove. Unraveling the mystery he could not, yet the message to him was clear. Here we go. That night to the reed hut where Zazudra, reed hut, that's where Noah was.
Okay.
That night to the reed hut where Zazudra was sleeping, Enki stealthily went. The oath not breaking to the Lord Enki, not to Zazudra, but to the hut's wall spoke. Wake up, wake up. To the reed wall, Enki was saying. From behind the reed screen, he was speaking.
Wait, so he's talking to a wall?
He's talking to the wall with Zazudra on the other side. So when Zazudra by words was awakened, to him Enki from behind the screen said, reed hut, to my words pay attention, my instructions heed pay. On all the habitations over the cities, a calamitous storm will sweep. The destruction of mankind and its offspring it will be. This is the final ruling, the word of the assembly by Enlil convened. This is the decision by Anu and Enlil and Ninmah spoken. Now heed my words. Observe the message that I to you am speaking. Abandon your house, build a boat, spurn possessions, save the life. The boat that you must build, its design and measurements on a tablet are shown. By the reed hut's wall, the tablet I shall leave. Make sure that the boat shall be roofed throughout. The sun from the inside must not be seen. The tackle must be very strong, the pitch strong, tight to ward off the water. Let the boat be one that can turn and tumble, a watery avalanche to survive. In 7 days build the boat, into your family and kinfolk gather. In the boat food, water for drinking heap up. Household animals also bring. Then on the appointed day, to a signal you shall be given, a boat guide who knows the waters, by me appointed, to you that day will come. On that day, the boat you must enter, its hatch tightly close you must. The overwhelming deluge, coming from the south, lands of life shall devastate. Your boat from its moorings shall lift, the boat it shall turn and tumble. Fear not. To a safe haven the boat guide will navigate you. By you shall the seed civilized man's By you shall the seed of civilized mankind survive. When Enki's voice fell silent, agog was Zazudra. On his knees prostrate he fell. My lord, he shouted. Your voice I hear. Let me see your face. Here we go. You ready, Joe? This is
Ready.
a good one.
I just heard he fell on his prostrate.
Prostrate.
I know. No, you said it right, but some people say prostate, like prostrate.
No, that's weird.
That's what they say.
He didn't shove
Not
a
me.
finger in his ass. He fell
that's
to his
why
knees.
I said when he
All right.
fell on his prostrate. For some people, that would.
So listen to this.
I'm listening.
So after he says, my lord, your voice I hear, but let me see your face. He says, not to you, Zazudra, have I spoken. To the reed wall I did
Oh,
speak.
Jesus Christ.
So did Enki say. By Enlil's decision, by an oath upheld, I am bound to do that all the Anunnaki swore. If my face you shall see, surely like all earthlings you will die. Now, Reed Hut, to my words pay heed. The purpose of the boat, a secret from the Anunnaki, with you must remain. Interesting. So what he's basically saying is, I'm not talking to you.
Talking to the wall.
I'm talking to the wall. Interesting way to get around breaking an obligation or an oath.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I didn't reveal the secrets of Freemasonry to you. I was merely talking to the wall. Although I think our obligation covers,
I think it does.
where they could be misheard or whatever.
You
But
do that
still,
shit, you might get Harry carried.
That was I was talking to the wall.
That's funny.
That's funny. That is funny.
Clever though.
Yeah.
But how much more detailed is
Did you
this?
just call me an asshole? No, I was talking to the wall.
But interesting though, because this is why I like these tablets so much, because it's so much more detailed than the Bible.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
if
gives
all
a
of a
little
sudden,
more.
if I heard just a voice cry out and say, "Make a boat. You have 7 days to build a 40-foot by 40-foot boat."
Probably be
I'm gonna
drunk.
go.
It'd probably be drunk Jean-Louis downstairs that we can
I'm
hear
gonna
through
bang
the
2
window.
nails and go, "F this."
By the way, when we're done,
Yeah.
I have to tell you a funny Jean-Louis story.
Oh God.
Like I had an epiphany the other day.
Oh God.
No, it's gonna blow your mind.
So I'm just gonna get to this little break in the chapter, and then we'll shut it. And then I'll stop reading, and
Okay.
we'll just shoot the shit about just all this.
Jean-Louis.
Or Jean-Louis, yeah. When the townspeople will inquire, to them you will say, the Lord Enlil with my Lord Enki has angry been. To Enki's abode in the Abzu I am sailing. Perchance Enlil will be appeased. For a while, a silence followed. Zazudra from behind the reed wall came, a tablet of lapis lazuli, in the moonlight shining, he saw and picked up. The image of a boat upon it was drawn, notches its measurements gave. Wisest of civilized men was Zazudra. Talked about Noah, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't Noah the wisest of men?
Yeah.
Or am I got my Bible people wrong?
No, I think you got it right.
What he had heard, he understood. In the morning to the townspeople he so announced, the Lord Enki with Enlil, my master angry has been. On that account to me the Lord Enlil is hostile. In the city I shall no longer reside, nor in the Eden my foot a set any more. To the Abzu, the Lord Enki's domain, I will there a sail go. In a boat that must be quickly be built, I will away from here depart. Thereby the Lord Enlil's anger will subdue, hardships will end. Upon you the Lord Enlil abundance henceforth will shower. So he's bullshitting them. He's saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go down there, I'm going to sail, and you guys will be good. You're good. I'm going to make it all better for you. Little did they know. The morning was not yet done when the people about Zizudra gathered to speedily for him the boat built. They each other encouraged. Wow, that's shitty. So not only did he lie, bold-faced lied to him, being like, yeah, I'm going to go sail down there. I'm going to make it all good. We're going to be good. I'm going to go talk to the men. We're going to be all right. But they all pitched in to help, not realizing that they were basically building a boat for this idiot to survive, and they were going to die. Whew.
Yeah.
Timbers of boat wood and elders were hauling the little ones bitumen from the marshes carried. As woodworkers, the planks together hammered, Zizudra in a cauldron of bitumen melted. With bitumen, the boat he waterproofed inside and out. I'm assuming that's some sort of a pitch, right? Bitumen? Or tar or something along those lines. What he's basically saying. As in the drawings upon the tablet, the boat on the 5th day was completed. Eager to see Zizudra depart, the townspeople to the boat food and water brought. Wow, so the town people are even doing this shit. From their own mouths substance they took. To appease Enlil they were in a hurry. 4-legged animals in the boat were also driven. Birds from the fields by themselves flew in. I got a little bit left and then we'll shut it down here. Into the boat Zizudra, his spouse and sons made embark. Their wives and children also came. Any who to the abode of the Lord Enki wished to go, let them also too come. Oh, okay, so if they say, if you guys want to come with me, hop in. So did Zizudra to the gathered people announce, envisioning Enlil's abundance, only some of the craftsmen the call heeded. On the 6th day, Ningal, lord of the great waters, to the boat came. A son of Enki he was. To be the boat's navigator, he was selected. A box of cedar wood in his hands held by his side of the boat, he kept it. The life essences and life eggs of living creatures it contains by Lord Enki in Ninma. There you go. That's how Noah got it.
Yeah. It's clear.
Ninigal, lord of the great waters, to the boat came. And he gave a box of cedar wood to Zizudra, and he said, these are the life essences and life eggs of every creature on the planet.
Right.
Take it with you.
Go clone them.
That's how Noah got it.
Yeah.
That's how Noah got it. To me, that makes a hell of a lot more sense than the Bible story.
Yes. But, you know, the Bible...
I just picture...
The Bible is, while it's... There are portions of it that I agree it's a historical document. It does account for certain things at a certain time, but I also believe that it's very allegorical in a lot of ways. And the story of Noah and the Great Flood being one of them, where I think he built an ark.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and he put the animals 2 by 2, every living creature. Okay, well, maybe the ark is not a big boat. Maybe it's a small box that contains the DNA of...
We would do that today. We would do that in modern technology today. So how is it so far-fetched?
And we know that, based on some of the things that we've seen in the architecture and other things, that this prior civilization was an advanced civilization. It was not... it wasn't primitive.
We also talk about Atlantis and how people believe that Atlantis was an advanced civilization. Well, I mean, Atlantis. Hold on,
Go ahead. I think we might be there. Go ahead.
You go.
You say Atlantis may not have been an island of Earth, and it may not have sunk into the water. It might have actually been one of these escape vessels that went and left Earth.
Or, I mean, you could also make the comparison Atlantis to Eden.
Yeah.
And say that they're one and the same, and maybe Atlantis didn't sink into the water. It was overcame by the water.
It could have done that as well, yeah.
So I'm just going to finish this last little section, and then we'll discuss this, because this, to me, is a lot from, just a lot to unpack. From the wrath of Enlil to be hidden, to life resurrect if earth be willing. So did Ningal to Zizudra explain. Thus were all the beasts by their twos in the boat hidden. Now Ningal and Zizudra in a boat the arrival of the 7th day awaited. Interesting. 7th day. In the 120th Shar was the deluge awaited. In the 10th Shar, in the life age of Zazudra, was the deluge forthcoming. This is powerful right here. Check this out. In the station of the constellation of the Lion was the avalanche looming. So there, if you think about this now.
Say that again. What the kind? Read that.
In the station of the constellation of the Lion was the avalanche looming. This is pretty cool. So we're talking about the constellation Leo.
Correct.
In the skies. It's in the south. That's where the Earth. You could actually triangulate a year and date and time based on where the constellation Leo was in accordance to, if you want to say, Antarctica.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, they do this today.
Yeah, pick a spot, and if you say, from this spot I could see Leo at this place, they could tell you.
What year would it be
Absolutely.
when Leo was looming over this time?
Correct.
And you could basically triangulate it. So I don't know why scientists don't do this shit. Why don't historians and stop pushing this off as hogwash? Because I mean, maybe it is hogwash. Maybe it's bullshit. But wouldn't you want to prove that it's bullshit?
Well,
and in these tablets, they give you specific things. Again, in the first tablets, we were talking about the planet Tiamat. That was where the asteroid belt was, and that's where Earth came from.
Right.
Wouldn't you want to just theoretically try that? Wouldn't you want to say, okay, like at least hypothesize that if there was a giant watery planet called Tiamat where the asteroid belt is right now, and here comes this planet Nibiru, another planet, and smacks this son of a bitch on the side, half of it breaks off, and if you ever look at Earth without oceans, it looks like a half a planet. That's why the Pacific Ocean is so goddamn big, because that's where all the water is.
Right. Right.
The Pacific Ocean is the deepest ocean in the...
That's where the Marianas Trench is, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
But like, if you look at it, it looks like it was a half of a ball that was impacted by something.
Oh, without a doubt.
Why?
It's the water that makes it round.
And if you bring this up to like mainstream scientists, like, nope, never happened. Nope. We're a collection of dust. I mean...
Well, and maybe, just maybe...
Let's go over this collection of dust thing, okay?
But before you get that one, on your current point, maybe what you're describing where things broke off and smashed into this asteroid belt or whatever.
No, created the asteroid belt from half the planet being destroyed.
But maybe that's the Big Bang that's referred to that created a lot of things.
Right. I mean...
Perhaps. I'm just throwing it out there as a theory. By no means am I saying, oh my God, that's it. So, I'm just saying, hey, these are the things that pop in my mind when we talk about these things.
So, I mean, what they talk about in this is just me. I could be wrong. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a freaking jarhead who's up here with a podcast. But this is something I think about, right? You know about sound and vibration, and that's basically how the universe works. Everything moves off sound and vibration, and
yes.
The theory.
Everything vibrates.
The theory is that dust particles collected together, and they made these big, giant, round super balls called planets, right? If you strip away the oceans, right?
Yeah.
And you see the Earth the way it looks with just land and just mass of whatever the hell the core is, nickel, iron, whatever.
I'm going to see if I can find a picture of that and I'll post it.
It looks like we were impacted in a sense, right? If you take that same theory and you put a paper plate with sand particles on it, right? Or you know another good one is metal. Did we lose? Are we still live? Yeah, I guess we are. I don't know. My computer
as far as I know.
crapped out. That's weird. But if you vibrate that plate, you'll actually see all of the sand. They actually form balls, like round, perfect circular balls. So, how
big are the balls?
And if you don't, but if you look at Earth, it's like, you know what I mean. It's not a perfect ball, with the exception of where the water displaced. You know, the hole, I guess, in the Earth. You follow what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I'll post it, but that's a picture of the Earth.
Yeah, if you look at the top, it looks like it's freaking smacked.
Yeah, it looks like a meatball that you slammed on the counter.
Yeah, there you go.
There's an impact.
So if you want to go with if you want to go with the theory of vibration, created this perfectly round ball, and that's what it did. I mean, then why does the land mass of Earth look the way it is? It's just interesting. But I think these are questions that I wish that mainstream science would ask the damn questions, or at least look into the theory of it. Like, this is
Let's get Neil deGrasse Tyson on.
I would love to have him on.
I would too. I love that guy.
He's awesome. Like, he seems like a really down-to-earth guy, but, like...
I think most times he's a down-to-earth guy, but he could come off as a little bit of a pompous ass sometimes where, like, well...
Agreed. Well, he didn't believe in the whole...
I'm an astrophysicist.
He doesn't believe in the whole aliens thing. Right? Isn't he one of the guys that's like, I don't believe in aliens whatsoever, and that's all bullshit?
I can't say for sure.
I know Elon Musk doesn't believe in aliens, but...
He is a fucking alien. It's disinformation. He's one of those freaking reptilian people.
I don't think so.
I do. Have you seen when he blinks his eyes? It's like sideways.
Oh, my God. We can stop.
Come on.
So, I don't know. Here's my thing, right? My computer just doesn't want to work.
No,
right
I think we're still...
yeah, we're still up.
Josh McRae says, yeah, still alive. Thanks, Josh.
This computer's just freaking out all of a sudden. But anyway, you know, I don't know. Where are you at with that?
With what? Aliens?
Yeah. Extraterrestrials.
I think
I don't think it's everything you read on freaking Ancient Aliens or see on Ancient Aliens. Must be aliens.
No,
like, I don't subscribe
to
that shit. But.
I think we'd be pretty naive to believe that in a universe this large, most of which we can't even measure or fathom how large it is.
Right.
That it'd be very naive to think that we were the only living beings in that entire universe. I think that's just silly.
Hi. Somebody honked their horn.
Horn blows.
Don't finish that.
What?
Josh McRae. It's the ghost of sweet, sweet Lucinda messing with George's computer. I'm sure it is.
Sweet, sweet Lucinda.
I hope she ends up at Ken's house. Here's a thought, and this is something I thought of. I know we did with the whole. I think we did a what is it? Alternate universe. Freemasonry and extraterrestrials, right?
I don't know that we did.
We didn't?
We've done Apocalypse. We've done, like, the grid going down. We've done, I think if we ran the government, I don't think we did an extraterrestrial one.
All right, so to one of our
we'll
avid
have to look into it.
To one of our avid listeners, if you're watching right now and you can go on and you'll see our podcast, if you're the first one, I'll send you a pin personally. I'll send you not a Freemasons podcast pin. I'll send you one that's a little bit better out of my own collection. I will send you a pin.
A little more elusive?
A little
more rare and elusive?
More rare, more elusive. So if you can go back and you're watching, I'll get your name and
I don't recall us doing that.
Reach out to me on Facebook, and when you let me know who's ever first, I'll send you a pin. I'll get your address and I'll send it out to you. But anyway, while we're on this topic,
yeah.
You know the thing I think about, this is again, I do a lot of thinking because I drive all freaking day and I'm bored as hell, so I just do a lot of thinking.
Why are there no unicorns left?
That too.
Okay.
But what if extraterrestrials came down here and disproved God? What if they actually came down and said, nah, this is how it all went down, you guys are wrong? Right?
I think that's one of the greatest fears of the Catholic Church and many faiths.
Well, think about Freemasonry.
And I think that is why for a long time they've suppressed science and they've suppressed knowledge and they've suppressed free thinking so that these ideas don't come up. I think that would blow a hole in their whole thing. That's
now here's
also the
thing,
reason.
though.
But it's not that far-fetched because whether you want to say aliens or the bloodline of Christ as described in the Da Vinci Code,
right.
Either one, it's in their best interest to not have public because it would, in essence, discredit them. It would make them obsolete.
Right.
Like Greek mythology would probably have more credibility at that point.
So I'm gonna take this two ways. First point I want to make though is
I heard that about
just because aliens come down here. And if there were extraterrestrials and they said, yeah, no, you got it all wrong. There's no higher power. This is how it all went down. I mean, you still got faith. You know what I mean? You just like...
Well, but you could still argue that, one, what makes them correct?
Mm-hmm.
And two, there are things in the universe that I doubt they could fully explain.
Right.
And I go back to the Kabbalion and I go back to the all.
Mm.
There's something, whether it's a person. Sure, why not? Whether it's a person, a force, and I'm not talking Star Wars force, but like some kind of, I don't know. The all is something.
I've never actually cheersed you personally.
What did I do?
I don't know.
All right, well, cheers.
Yes, I did. Episode 15.
Oh, oh God. Yeah, we cheersed a lot that night. We finished that whole bottle of Buffalo Trace, and I think that was mostly me.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
So, yeah, it doesn't get rid of your faith, though. You know what I mean? Because it still poses the question, well, who the hell created them? They're sitting here, they could be feeding us a line of bullshit in all intents and purposes. So it doesn't really get rid of it, and I think that, the Catholic Church could still survive. I think we would still survive just because aliens come down and be like, screw it. We're not going to take the Bible off of our altars because realistically the lessons that are in there, they still serve a purpose.
Well, it goes back to that age-old question, which is actually tattooed on my right shoulder: who will guard the guardians themselves? So the guardians, or the angels, or whatever you want to call it,
Rocket Raccoon.
Who looks out for them? Everybody. There's a hierarchy there, and the old to a more modern expression, everybody's got a boss.
Right.
Everybody has a boss.
So I'm just gonna go here into questions and a couple things here. We got Josh McCrae. He says, I think the closest ET y'all did was the alternate reality with Cyborg.
With the Cyborg.
Yeah, I think we brought that up. We'll have to do one. I think that'll be fun. Or we're kind of doing it now. But
no, then we'll save it for Kenny, because I'm sure Ken will have... Ken's the skeptic. There's no aliens. Beep, beep, bop, boop.
Josh McCrae, what if the ETs came down here and used our belief in God against us for intergalactic colonization?
You mean like we did, and the Europeans did to every primitive civilization on the face of the earth?
You mean like Spanish conquistadors?
Exactly. Like Gilligan that time on the island when they put his head up on.
I'll comment to that in a minute, but
C-3PO did to the Ewoks.
I just want to address Greg Schultz here. What's up with Greg Schultz? Hey, Joe, they found something.
God damn it, Greg Schultz.
They found something.
I swear to Christ. I love you and whatever, but screw you on the Oak Island. No, I love you, brother.
I know Hollywood, and I'm going to address Josh McCrae's question now. I know Hollywood does a hell of a job of making every alien movie about them coming down to smash the hell out of us. Right?
No, well, not E.T.
They're after our resources and all that stuff.
Not E.T.
Not E.T. No.
But
the majority.
Independence Day, V, which was a great freaking show.
All of them. They always made aliens out to be bad. Here's my even War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Knowing. Not Knowing. What was the other one with Keanu Reeves? What was that?
Not a huge Keanu Reeves fan. I don't know.
Was that War of the World?
No, that was Tom Cruise in the remake.
Right.
War of the World. Orson Welles did the original radio play, but you weren't alive. Neither was I, but I know about it.
Shit. Anyway, they make all these alien movies about them coming out here and just mashing the hell out of us, right? So you have to. This is the way I see it. Okay. I don't see an alien race that can zip around millions of light years away and run circles around us, coming down here to do us harm. And here's why. When you leave your house, Joe, and you walk to your driveway, do you step on that anthill that's on the side of your driveway?
Yes.
You're fucking asshole.
And that was actually you're taking the example I was going to use against you and go, you ever see the little bastards that like to burn ants with magnifying glass because they can? Like, yeah, like they could. I mean,
but see, here's the other thing. The other argument
is the thing is they would see us as
Day the Earth stood still. Thank you, Daniel.
They would see us as so inconsequential to their daily lives, or unless they wanted to use us to mine for gold or whatever. But
here's just the thing,
I do step on the anthill. I do.
Okay. Here's just the thing, though. The argument is, they'll come here for their resources. They'll come here for our resources. Okay. Do you know the planet that has the most freaking water in it? Europa.
Uranus?
Europa. It's one of Saturn's moons.
Oh, okay.
So there's no freaking reason why you have to come down here and deal with our stupid shit.
Unless
when you
they
could
just
literally, and Europa has a less gravitational force, so if you have a ship, you don't have to worry about dealing with Earth's atmosphere. You go to Europa, you suck it off the planet, or suck it off the moon, and off you go.
But what if they just want to step on anthills?
Maybe they do.
There's people. I'm telling you, some men just like to watch the world burn. You know this.
Here's the thing, though. You like stepping on anthills. Can you live inside an anthill? Can you live inside an ant colony?
No.
Can you kill every ant that's in the colony when you step on the anthill?
If I pee into it, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You've never done that?
No, I haven't, you sick bastard.
Neither have I.
No, but
Neither have
my point being is, they're going to come down here. I mean, let's be real. Earthlings are pretty irrational, crazy sons of bitches, right? We got nuclear weapons. We fight each other.
Yeah.
We're not some united human beings, right? So, I mean, they're going to have to come down here and deal with us, which...
Right, but what if they think of us... Let me switch gears on you a little bit.
All right.
Okay. So, there's a hornet's nest forming outside of your house. It's not bothering you. It's there.
I usually leave it alone.
Bees are buzzing around, but what do most people do? Destroy it. It's pests. It's pest removal. If they're such an advanced civilization, theoretically, if they're an advanced civilization and they see us as pests that are just a nuisance, then they might just say, we're going to wipe you out. We're going to spray you down.
Can I be the? May I retort?
You may.
Oh, you were done. Can I retort? What was that? Pulp Fiction? Samuel L. Jackson?
Yes.
When he shoots the couch. Boom! Oh, you're done. Then allow me to retort. Anyway, I'll retort on that one. Bees are flying around being a pest. We don't go any further than our immediate area, and it's every once in a while. No one would fudge with the bee's nest if one bee flew out once every little bit and stayed around the nest. Right?
No, once I see one flying around, I eradicate it.
Good God. And you say I'm the freaking evil one.
I don't like to get stung.
But again, if it's just flying around the nest and not really bothering you, it's pretty much staying in the nest, why screw with it?
Because it's a nuisance. It's a nuisance. Because it has the potential to sting you one day. So you decide to make a preemptive strike and just eliminate the nuisance. It's a nuisance.
All right.
Because you don't... My point is, you think so little of it that removing it is just like...
Okay.
That's it. That's so it's like, I don't want to get stung. So now when, you get your little Richard Branson and Elon Musk flying and Jeff Bezos now going out into their...
So you're a grown-ass man. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
This is a fun debate here. Okay. You're a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say you're walking on the street and let's say you pass by a playground with a bunch of kids.
Okay.
Do you walk over there and just start slapping the shit out of little kids?
No, because I go to jail.
But besides that, would you go slap?
No, because I still have a respect for their human life because.
And two, you're also bigger than them, and you got nothing to prove to a little ass kid. So that's how I view extraterrestrials would look at us. We're technologically advanced. We could mop the floor with you, so why bother?
So how do you explain the 5'10", 350-pound fifth grader that likes to go around beating up the kids that are normal size?
That's a maturity level, though. Now you're talking about maturity level. You think about people who can
maybe
fly
they're
around.
immature.
You think that if they were that far advanced in technology, they've already overcome their immaturities.
Unless they look at it they're just toying with us. Look at, ever see Star Trek? The character of Q that just comes in and just starts fucking with people just because.
True. All right.
He's like, hey, this is fun for me. This is a game. You're my amusement.
Right. Okay. All right.
Which there are some kids that I might want to smack around for amusement, but I know I can't get away with it. Especially, never mind.
I'm just the one that scares you all the time?
No, just these punk kids that walk around with their backwards Bass Pro hats, and they think they're all.
That's right,
I just
Josh.
don't want
That's exactly right. We don't zip around the universe. We don't.
We do though. What if they're hanging out on the moon and we keep freaking going?
It's our fucking moon. Get off it.
How is it ours?
Get off my lawn. Just cause, okay. Perfect example. The house is yours, but so is the lawn. The moon is our lawn. That's literally.
No. What if they?
It's like the kids who smack your mailbox with a freaking baseball bat. It's still my fucking mailbox.
No.
Yeah, it's a satellite of
What if
Earth.
the moon was settled first? What if that was the Anunnaki's base, and then they populated, and the Earth belongs to them?
In this scenario, that'd be a hell. That we man, to learn that. I think it'd be different if. Oof, that's a tough one to decipher, to be honest. Because if the Anunnaki created us, like, you better show up with a paternity test. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, if they show up with the DNA,
Don't show up at my door and be like, "I'm your daddy."
we have to bring Maury Povich on. That sounds like a Maury Povich.
Don't do that shit. You're gonna piss off a whole earth full of people.
The paternity tests are in, and they show that you are the father.
Enki's sitting there going, "Bullshit!"
And
No,
Love's like,
but-
I told you, I'll smack you.
And they're just in the corner going, "Ah!" No, let's seriously decide it, okay? So, God, this turned into like an aliens episode. It's pretty good,
Yeah,
though.
we should save it. We should save it for
Save
the...
it. No, we're already halfway into
No,
it.
save it for an alternate universe episode. It's called a teaser. It's called a teaser.
All right.
We'll continue it. It's Kenny here, because he's like half Borg. You must be assimilated. Yeah, if we're going to talk aliens, Ken needs to be here.
All right. 200th episode coming up
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah?
What do we want to do?
Christ, I don't know.
What do you guys think in the comments? Think we should keep doing this? Would you think we should make this our 200th episode? I'm not going back and reclipping all the highlights from.
No, I think we need to. I personally think we should have some kind of retrospective. Maybe we can get a few folks if our frickin' PR guy would get on the frickin' ball and do his job again and help us get in touch with guests. We could probably have a few people call in and put him on speakerphone, but I don't know where the hell he is. He's driving frickin' trucks and going to Maine and all that crap. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Raph. More comments?
Let's see here. We got a couple questions here. Josh McCray, think of it more like a neighbor with a radio station in his basement who interferes with your reception of the Patriots game. Okay.
I'd just go cut his wires. I'm going right to the outside of his house and cutting his wires. If I knew it were him.
There's that one kid that keeps asking for his $2.
Yeah, he needs a kick in the face. Know who I used to want to punch in the face? There's nobody old enough on here to know, but there used to be this show called Different Strokes. Gary Coleman.
Daniel Vedas, the Freemasons podcast, asks, "What if?"
That's actually a good concept, and I think we should do it. Marvel is doing it right now on Disney Plus,
What's
where
that?
it's like, what if T'Challa, the guy that played Black Panther, was kidnapped by the aliens instead of Star-Lord, and he became Star-Lord? Like, what if Doctor Strange, instead of losing his hands, lost his heart, and he's like a hybrid of Iron Man and Doctor Strange?
So is Dan asking? Is he basically saying? Is that what he wants us to do? Like a segment of what if? Like what if the Morgan affair never happened? What if anti-Masons won? What if?
Right.
Is that what you're getting at, Dan?
I think so. Or what if?
That would be freaking dope. We should do that segment.
What if I never joined the podcast? Or what if Ken never joined the podcast? Or
Yeah.
There's a lot of different.
I know what would happen. I'd be sitting here with my wiener in my hand, basically doing this all by
I think you would have your. I think you'd have your dues card revoked.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think
I'm
so.
only kidding.
They could try.
But but that would be a good what if episode.
All right.
What if when that article came out, the Grand Lodge shut us down, or tried to shut us down? I don't know that we want to do that live.
Try.
I don't know that we want to do that. But pick a point in time where something went one way, and what if it had gone a different way?
Yeah. All right.
So I think that
Dan.
could be very interesting.
Kudos to you. Great idea. I'm down for it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's kind of that's.
Is that what we're gonna do for 200?
I think we do it future. I think we do a retrospective on 200.
What do we do for retrospective though?
Like we talk about
I don't
our
know what I
favorite
did
episodes.
5 minutes ago. I don't even know what my favorite episode is.
I know mine, and it got banned.
Oh, the Santa one. Yeah, it's not banned. It's just on. It's on Patreon. Your Santa sabotage.
Santa's bountiful sack. You wait what I do with the Jesus costume this year. You freaking wait.
We got to start doing more shenanigans on Patreon. We really do.
I'm all for it. You know how many freaking costumes I have? We have a green screen that we bought.
We just need to start doing it. Maybe
let's just freaking do it.
Let's just do it. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Like
I propose that we do.
I haven't done Patreon in a while, and I apologize to the Patreons.
We do a Thursday night episode, and Sunday we film shenanigans.
So we'll only do one episode
Yeah.
So we'll only record Thursdays, and then we'll do Patreon Sundays.
Yes. Or we record a shorter episode and do like a skit or something afterwards. Because we tend to have more time on Sundays and Thursdays.
So what are you thinking? Maybe full episode Sunday, half episode Thursday with a skit afterwards.
So here's a question. Can we go live on Patreon only?
Yeah, absolutely. Through YouTube. But basically, I'd make the YouTube private, but the RSS feed goes over to Patreon, so you could only see it on Patreon.
We could consider something like that.
All right.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
I like it.
But, I think we need to do more shenanigans like me dressed as Jesus walking down Main Street in Seymour. And Santa. Santa will make a comeback this year.
God.
Santa's making
You got to do more
comeback
Puppet George content, too.
Hey, whatever. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I think we could, with better technology and know what we're doing, I think we could revisit the Mystery Science 3000 episode.
Yeah. Now that we have better technology for it. Another thing I just want to say, just kind of in retrospect real quick here. I hope he's doing better. Danny Collins. I know him and Holiday have been having a real tough go. Danny had eye surgery.
Yeah, he had a cornea transplant or something.
Yeah,
right?
And I just want to say, with that being said, I'm glad we didn't do our charity boxing.
Oh, God.
I thought about that shit. We were going to do a charity boxing event, him versus me, and Joe was going to be my Mick.
Come on, cut me. Cut me.
You're a bum. You'll always be a bum. You're a bum, you bum. I can hear you saying that.
I would.
No, but I wish them both well. I hope they're both doing good, as well as worship brother Greg Schultz. He's dealing with...
Who had to bring up frickin' Oak Island and make me angry.
Yep. And
you brought up Oak Island before, too, and got me angry, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. Sons of bitches.
And right worship brother Chip Schofield as well. I hope you guys are all doing good.
Yeah, Chip got some good news he posted this morning.
We also had a Discordian who had a baby not too long ago, right? I seen the pictures. I've been jamming, so.
Oh, Christ. He's been commenting, too.
Wish you well with your family, brother.
Oh, and also a past guest of the show and hopefully a future guest of the show. I think we could try to get them both on at the same time. Right worshipful brother Marty McCary and worshipful brother Bob First both got their 33rd degrees in Cleveland this week. So congratulations to the both of them. Maybe they'll be a little more willing to share than Jack Farkas.
Yeah.
Illustrious brother.
Jared.
But now that's right. Now Marty and Bob are illustrious brothers, correct? That's 33rd?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Jared B., do you personally have any thoughts on Joseph Smith does the Brotherhood? Are all members documented? Any thoughts on the story of him flashing some Mason hand signal for help before he was shot? He also had some, like, Jupiter talisman. Is that Mason related? No, I don't think Jupiter.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, that's got nothing to do with us.
And Joseph Smith.
As for flashing hand signals.
Joseph Smith was a brother.
He was,
He was. And that's actually, I know some folks that it's one of the things that we've been kind of fascinated with.
Yeah.
Is Freemasonry and the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints. There are definitely some connections there that I would love to dive into with somebody that was extremely knowledgeable on the subject. So if there's anybody out there that's listening that's extremely knowledgeable, we'd love to get you on. There's a few people I have in mind that we might be able to get. But as far as a Jupiter talisman, I'm not familiar with that. I'll take a look and see what I could find. But as far as Mormonism and Freemasonry, there are definitely some connections there.
And do I personally have any thoughts on Joseph Smith or does the Brotherhood? Not really. I mean,
he was a brother.
He was a brother. Everybody's entitled to their own Masonic beliefs, so their own religious beliefs. And as for him flashing a Mason hand signal for help before he was shot, I don't know about that, but if I see you about to shoot me, the only hand signal I'm flashing is going to be this one.
Well, but there's the story of actually, who is it? Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, one of them at the Battle of the Alamo, giving the grand sign, hailing the grand sign of distress to Santa Anna.
Yeah, it's
that
been done.
potentially saved him. So,
Santa Anna was a piece of shit, though.
well, but he was a brother.
Was he?
He was.
Well, so was Andrew Jackson, but he was a piece of shit,
Well,
too.
that's when I almost brought that up when he's like, do you have any opinions on Joseph Smith? No, but I have some on Andrew Jackson, for sure.
Santa Anna was a scumbag. He went back on his word so many times and manipulated, and he... whatever.
No, but yeah,
that's a whole
like you
other
said,
episode.
Jackson did a whole thing, too, and...
Yeah, he did a whole thing, too.
Hey,
blanket sale, wasn't it?
Every organization has their members that they may not be very proud of, especially the Catholic Church.
Anyway, what do you say, Joe? We've been at this for a while.
Yeah, let's shut it down.
Let's shut it down. Hey, to everyone who's been watching, stay tuned. Keep watching. We'll be back at Sunday at 4 p.m.
Sunday!
4 p.m. Eastern Time, and hopefully we'll have the robot back with us.
I hope so.
So, and we'll do episode 200, and we'll figure out what we're doing from there.
Yeah, we'll chat over that.
If you still want to hear the Lost Book of Enki, I will. Hey, Jared, anytime. Thanks for the reply. If you're watching and you got comments, I read them. I don't want no freaking money. We don't do that shit. I know.
He's from SLC. It took me a while. He's from Salt Lake City.
Yep.
I know a lot of brothers that are out there. If you have some questions on the connections between Freemasonry and Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, I have some people I can put you in touch with. So shoot me a message.
And just want to say, no need for the thanks for the reply, man. If any time,
what we do.
It's what we do. I mean, I know a lot of people on YouTube. They'll be like, "Oh, send us a donation, and we'll read your comments live." I don't do that shit. Like, you ask questions, you write, you interact with us. I'll interact with you. I'll read what you're saying.
Yeah, what do they call that? Like a super chat.
Super chat. I don't do that shit. I don't want this super chat. Like, that's super shitty. You're going to charge people to read your comments or answer your questions? It's kind of garbage.
It's like a fundraising kind of thing.
I know. You're trying to line your pockets. I get it. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I don't do this for the money.
That's not our thing.
I don't do this for the money.
If we were doing this for the money, we would have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, hell no. I don't do it for the money.
That could be a good what-if episode. What if we had $1 million budget?
Well, I'm going to hit it on Friday. I got like 3 Powerball tickets.
Okay, I hope you do.
3.
Just remember me.
If I hit it, there's going to be a lot of episodes without George. Where's George?
Just
Turks and
remember me.
Caicos. Where's George? Turks and Caicos.
No, we go live from there. It's like when Jackass goes and hits the road and goes crazy places. That'll be us. Remember that time Party Boy went to like Tokyo and just stripped and started dancing at the place? I'll do that if you win. I'll do that.
Anyway, what do you say, Joe?
All right.
For the Freemasons podcast, I'm Right Worshipful Brother George Mudry, signing off.
Worshipful Brother Joe, signing off.
Like, share, and subscribe, please. Facebook, YouTube, we're here.
Yeah, Jared, I'll do me a favor. Go on if you're on Facebook, look me up, or send a message to the Freemasons podcast, and I'll get you some info. Definitely relatable. Definitely some people you could talk to. So cool. Thanks everybody. Have a great night. Oh, you got it? All right. I thought you were running to the bathroom.
No, I'm not running to the bathroom. I'm going to use this guy's mic.
Oh boy. If you could figure it out. Do they fit?
Why do his headphones smell like WD-40? That was a good one. Come on, give it up. Give it up.
That was a good one.
Let's even do this.
We should just leave an oil can on his
Jacked up
spot.
freaking headphones I've ever heard. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.